When I was asked with my family to participate in Water's Edge, I guess it's been about 5 or 6 years ago, I was pretty apprehensive about the whole thing. Talked about it with my wife Sheena. Schaefer was pretty young at the time. We were kind of part-time in another church, and it seemed like it was a big deal, a lot of obstacles to overcome. But to be honest with you, it's been a great experience the past 5 years, and it's really allowed me to center my faith in God where it should be. You know, it's helped my family incredibly. My son has grown up basically in the past 5 or 6 years with the church, and he loves it. There's so much that goes on here and with the church in our community that makes it such a dynamic thing. It's not just, you know, going to church. The whole church community is involved, and I think Water's Edge has been able to really affect the community a lot. You know, it's been a lot of work over the past few years. The guys I work with, got a lot of them coming to church with us, and I think they enjoy it. I've seen changes in them as well. It's brought my family closer to God. It's brought my personal journey with God into a much better light, a much more forefront position in my life, which is important. It's allowed me to expand myself a little bit. I've participated in Salkehatchie the past few years, which has been a great experience for me, and it's so great to see the youth from our church and other churches that participate in Salkehatchie and what they go through, the kind of metamorphosis they go through from the beginning of the week to the end of the week is pretty amazing. Definitely God at work. You usually see something like that, and that has really bled over into Water's Edge too. I'll give you one story about Salkehatchie, about when you see God at work. Is I had a home we were repairing for a real elderly handicapped couple, and they had never had a couch, and so we repaired basically it was a trailer, repaired their trailer so they could walk around the trailer properly without falling through the floor. And we set out trying to find a couch. The problem was the mobile home, the door was only, you know, wide enough to accept certain, you know, you couldn't fit a big old plush sofa in there. So we went around town, went to some furniture places, found a guy in town that had a lot of used furniture, and he said, well, you're welcome to anything that I have down in my warehouse that's used furniture. So we went down there, myself and a bunch of kids from our site, and started looking for furniture. We had measuring tape and say, hey, this is going to fit through the door, this is not. We couldn't find one couch that would fit through the door. Went back upstairs, told the owner of the shop, hey, we can't find anything, we appreciate it. He said, well, I'm sure there's something down there that will fit. So he came down there with us. He looked around for a few minutes and said, I guess you're right. And he looked over in the corner, and there was a couch sitting in the corner that we never saw, that we overlooked. Had never seen it. Took the tape measure over there, sure enough, it was a perfect fit. And the kids were amazed. It was like this thing just appeared out of nowhere, specifically for us. So we were able to give those homeowners a couch that they never had. Of course, they loved it. But that was really you know, seeing that kind of outcome and see those kids have something like that happen to them was pretty amazing. When Water's Edge started, I was ready to go to church, and I don't want to be too cliche and say, you know, don't go to church, be the church, but really has ended up over the past few years that we are being the church. We're asked to do God's work, and here it is, and it's been totally satisfying to me, so totally satisfying to my family. And it's been more fun than I could ever imagine, really. It's a good time. Just outpouring from the church members, all the people at church and the community has been great. My wife had surgery early last year, and it would have been really tough without, you know, Water's Edge being there